On today's show, we're gonna make a quick and easy breakfast casserole.
Mouth-watering family recipes, easy-to-make meals, humor and faith fill the inspiring show Dano on the Counter. Born with only half a spine, Dano Burkhardt was never supposed to be able to hold his head up. Despite countless surgeries, a stroke, leg amputations, and kidney transplants, Dano developed a contagious love for life. Join Dano as he shares his easy-to-make dishes and the hope that keeps him pushing forward.
For the breakfast casserole, you're gonna need 1 package of frozen tater tots, 8 ounces of cheddar cheese, 8 ounces of diced ham, 8 eggs, 1 pound of breakfast sausage, 1 green pepper, and 1 small onion. Hey y'all, we're headed to the grocery store to pick up our groceries for our meal today. And just want to welcome everybody back. It's been a little bit since we've had a new episode, and it's been a busy winter for me. A lot going on at work, and of course this is just a part-time thing for me. I do actually have a normal job too as well, and so I don't get as much time off and able to do these shows as often as we'd like. But hey, we're able to put some dates together and film some shows, and just excited to be back to share with you some quick and easy recipes, but also share with you some inspiring stories, hopefully, on what God has been doing in my life and what He's been doing with people around me. And you know, it's here. It's winter. It's Central PA. You can tell it's a gray day. We love these days up here that it's not looking too good. We don't know if we'll see the sun out here or not, but it's Central PA, so we'll take it for what it is. And looking forward to spring. That the groundhog said that the spring is coming right on time, a little early even, so we're looking forward to that. Hopefully that rat is not wrong, and we'll be able to enjoy some warmer weather soon. It's for Central PA, actually, it hasn't been that bad. We've only had a couple of snowstorms, and you can see a little bit of snow still on the ground, but the roads are good and everything still, and been kind of blessed with that. They haven't had to travel too much in heavy snow and have to deal with all that comes with that. So all in all, not too bad so far, but just looking forward to, again, sharing with you guys what's been going on and hopefully inspiring you guys in your walk with the Lord and what's going on in my life and the life of others around me. So let's head to the store. Let's go get our groceries, and we'll talk to y'all in a little bit. Hey, on today's show, we're going to make our breakfast casserole. So we're going to need 12 eggs and some tater tots. So we'll grab those here in the freezer section. Let's head over here, grab some potatoes. All right, so the bottom layer of our breakfast casserole is going to be a layer of tater tots. You need about 1 bag. We'll use about 2/3 of this bag, just a layer on the bottom. And then we'll grab some sausage and some ham to put on top. All right, so to go on our breakfast casserole, we're going to grab some sausage here. You can grab any kind you want. If you want to get maple or the regular just breakfast sausage, either one is fine with us. We're just going to go with the regular breakfast sausage here. And then we'll grab some chopped ham, or you can buy ham steak, however you want to do it. If you have leftover ham, you can use that. You can use ground beef, anything really that you want. Just need some protein there. We're going to use sausage and ham, so we'll grab the ham as well. All right, so we're going to grab some ham here, Canadian bacon, basically. I'm going to use this, chop it up real fine, and then just brown it off in the skillet for a couple of minutes with our sausage and green peppers, and then we'll mix it all together, throw it in with our eggs and our tots, and we'll throw it in the oven. So we'll grab this, we got our sausage, now let's go grab our eggs. All right, so we're gonna use about 8 whole eggs here to scramble up to put in our casserole. We're just gonna use large eggs. You can get jumbos if you want, but we need all 8. So we'll grab a dozen here, we'll throw them into the cart, we'll just grab some peppers and some cheese, and we're ready to go. All right, the next item for our breakfast casserole is we're gonna grab some peppers. You can use green, red, yellow, orange, whatever you want here. I like to add a little color to it, so we'll just add a couple of orange and maybe a yellow. They're all sweet, they'll have some good flavor, and we'll throw them in with our cheese and our ham and our sausage and our eggs and our tots. Throw it all in the oven, cook it off for a couple of minutes, and we'll be ready to go. So the only thing left we have to get is a block of cheese. You need about 8 ounces, just one little square of it, and that's all we'll need. We'll shred that up and put that on top as well. So we'll grab these, and then we'll head out of here, and we'll start cooking.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Breathe easier with oxygen from Dick's Home Care. Oxygen concentrators give you a continuous oxygen supply at home. Oxygen cylinders supply oxygen without power. And portable oxygen frees you to go. Dick's Home Care technicians will set your oxygen up and make sure you know how to use it. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Made by Vogel is a father and son business that produces high-quality handmade wooden products such as cutting boards, bowls, bottle stoppers and more. Products for sale can be found on their Etsy site or in downtown Altoona at the Clay Cup. You can't go wrong buying from Made by Vogel.
Hey y'all, welcome to the kitchen today. Today we're gonna make our quick and easy breakfast casserole. This is a quick and easy recipe that you can make Sunday before church in the morning, or before work or school, or if the kids have a snow day. This is something that you can throw together. The kids will enjoy, everybody in the family will enjoy this quick recipe. The longest part of the whole deal is that the actual cooking time itself, but the prep time is pretty easy. First thing we're gonna do is preheat our oven to 350, and we're gonna par bake our tater tots here that we bought. These are frozen. The only thing that we're gonna do to add to this is we're gonna spray them with a little Pam, just to add a little grease onto these, just because we want them to be real crispy in the oven. So we'll go ahead and add a little bit of Pam to these. We'll cook these off like 20 minutes at 350 just to get them golden brown as we brown up our ham and our sausage. All right, so we have our tater tots in the oven. They're baking off. And to put our toppings together here, we have our sausage. We have our Canadian bacon here that we chopped up already. And then we have some peppers as well that we're going to saute with our sausage. So we have our breakfast sausage here. We're just going to take this out of the packaging here. And this is about a pound of sausage here. And we're just gonna, doesn't that look good? We're just gonna throw that in our pan here, and we're gonna break this up and cook this off. So as that's going, we're gonna go ahead and dice up our peppers. And I found this is the easiest way to do these, is just cut around the core itself. That way you don't have to mess with the seeds or anything. Makes it nice and simple. Keep all the seeds intact there. Then you have just one nice strip of pepper here. And then we'll just cut these down into little diced little pieces here. Just a rough chop, because they're going to cook down and saute with our sausage and ham. I'm not adding any extra butter or anything to this because we're going to have enough grease with the sausage itself and the ham. So I'm not going to add any extra butter or anything to that. We're just going to saute these in the grease from the ham and the sausage. So as we chop these up, we're just going to throw these in as well. Now the ham is already cooked, cured I should say, so it's not going to take as long. Well, that'll be like the last thing that we throw in the oven will be the ham. But these peppers are going to take a little bit longer. So we'll throw these in. Get them going. Break up our sausage here. I'm just going to brown that off here. Break that up. And this should take, about 20 minutes just to cook up while we're cooking our tater tots here. So that's probably enough yellow. We'll add some more. We'll add some red in there. Just a little bit of extra color in there. Throw those seeds away. Don't need those. And you can add any color peppers you want. Sweet peppers, you can add even jalapeno peppers if you want. If you want to spice this up and add something spicy to this, you can do that as well. But in our family, we don't like to have heartburn when we're heading into church, so we're going to go with sweet peppers and just a few. Just add a little flavor to that. Cut these up. And you can make this ahead of time. You can throw this in the fridge and cook it up and then just heat it up later on if you want. I I wouldn't suggest freezing in it, of course, but if you want to cook it the night before and then heat it up in the oven, you could do that as well. So to save yourself even more time, this is an easy thing that you can do ahead of time as well. Oh, looks pretty good there. Just gonna brown up this sausage here. Get those peppers going. Let that go for a couple seconds there. Next thing we're gonna do is we have our eggs. So we have about 8 eggs here, 8 large eggs that we've already cracked and just thrown in a bowl here. I didn't show you. Most people know how to crack an egg. If you don't, you probably need to YouTube that first and then come back and then watch this episode. But we'll go ahead and whisk these together here. Just kind of break these up. And, you know, different people do different things here, too, as well. Some people add a little heavy cream to this if you want. You could add the parsley or some oregano if you wanted to as well. But I think the sausage itself is going to have enough flavor. I don't think you really need to add anything to the eggs itself. But so we have about 8 eggs here. Kind of do 2 things at once here. Don't burn your sausage. Get that going here. And then when that gets to about 3/4 of the way done, we'll throw the ham in there because we're just going to heat that up. The ham is already cooked. We're just going to warm it up basically. That's looking pretty good there. Peppers are cooking up. And you could throw anything you want in there. You could throw spinach in there. You could throw mushrooms. Throw some onions in there. Throw broccoli in there if you wanted to. Use different cheeses if you want. We're going to use a white cheddar today, but if you want to use feta or something like that, it's not my favorite, but if you're into that, you can do that, of course. But any type of cheese that you want to as well, that's all interchangeable, of course. This is basically like the mess, but all in one dish, really. We did sausage gravy before. That would be even good on top of this as well. As you can see, we got this pretty well broken up here. We're just gonna continue to whisk these. Try not to splash it on myself here. That looks pretty good. Those are good to go. We'll set those aside for a sec. Like I said, this sausage is browning up nice. Like I said, it's about 3/4 of the way done. I'm gonna go ahead and throw our ham in here now. I'm just gonna brown that up a little bit. That'll only take a couple seconds here. A lot of meat going on here, and if your family doesn't do the veggies or they don't do the meat, you could all just do all vegetables if you want. So it's up to you. Lots of flexibility here, but it is pretty easy to make. So just kind of break that up. Round that up for a couple seconds here. We'll wait for our tater tots to cook. Just be a couple seconds. All right, so we're back here. We have our sauteed ham and our sausage and our peppers there. We have our tots out of the oven here. They look nice and golden brown. We're going to just incorporate all this together now. We're going to put our layer of meat and peppers on top. Just to cover this. Looks really good. Just gonna just spread this out. Let's cover these tots up. A good layer of meat and peppers. Smells amazing. Looks pretty good. Next thing to do is we're just gonna throw our eggs on top of that. We got about 8 eggs that we did. And just whisk those all together. Just gonna pour these on here. You could add some pepper. Like I said, if you want to add some chili flakes or jalapenos or anything like that, you could do that right now as well. But I'm not going to add any salt to it because it's got enough with all that ham and sausage in there. And now we're going to add cheese to it as well. So we have a lot of sodium. So then we're just going to add about 8 ounces of white cheddar. And we're going to put this on top. And we'll just spread this out. Looks pretty good. And this is going to go back in the oven. We're going to bake this for about an hour in the oven. And while this is in the oven, we're going to head over to the studio for a little quick inspirational message.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Stay in your home without worry with Bruno mobility products from Dick's Home Care. Bruno has the highest rated stair lift of any brand. They're American-made quality stair lifts and are expertly installed in less than a day. Keep your loved one at home and safe from falls on the stairs with a Bruno stair lift. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Impact Productions, a multi-layer technology company providing on-site, online, and in-studio video services. Contact Impact Productions to capture your story.
Hey y'all, welcome into the studio today. Today I just want to talk to you a little bit about what's been going on in my life. It's been a little bit since we had our last show. We've been showing some reruns lately, but here we are back with a new episode, and a lot of things have been going on in my life, and I just want to take a couple minutes to kind of fill you in on what's been going on. Unfortunately, in my family, we suffered another tragic loss. My Aunt Andrea, my mom's mother, or sister-in-law, had passed away, and it was a unexpected loss for our family. And just a tragic loss for everybody involved. And she was married, of course, and had 2 kids, my cousins, Becky and Joseph. And the sad thing about this whole situation is, my aunt, when she was going through COVID, she was very ill and really had a tough time and was in the hospital for months recovering from that and had many complications because of that. But she beat it, and it was doing really well. But the major complication was that it put her in kidney failure. And of course, I know a little bit about kidney failure and what goes on there. And my mom and us were talking to my uncle about what to expect with dialysis and how things were going to go and what to look out for and how what to expect when things to come. How are you going to feel and all that. And I was able to kind of share some insight on those things. And it took a little while for her kidneys to finally get to the point where she needed dialysis. And that was tough for her, of course, learning all that and having to drive, I think it was like 45 minutes away to her treatment center to go through all that. But things were going well, and they started looking for a donor for a kidney. And they had some people tested in the family, and they got her qualified for a recipient, but of course didn't find an actual match. That's just a tough thing that, of course, we know a lot about. If you know my story, we waited almost 3 years for that to happen, and how discouraging that can be when you're going through that tough time and you're waiting for that kidney to come and going through all that, and you're not feeling well, and you're kind of doubting, am I ever going to get through this type of thing, But she had a strong personality, and she was able to get through all that, the waiting period, and then finally she was able to get a kidney transplant. She got a call in the middle of the night, and she was able to get a kidney, and things went spectacular. Things went awesome, and if you know anything about my aunt and our family, they on my mom's side, they're quite excitable people. They can be a little bit more excited or loud than my dad's side of the family, but just the siblings. But the spouses on that side are all very well. they're all tame and quiet. It's kind of weird. They're kind of all opposites. You have the siblings that are kind of outspoken, and then you have the in-laws, or they call them the outlaws, of course, that are very quiet, subdued people, including with my dad and his brother-in-law and sister-in-law. But she was kind of the one that kind of kept everybody in check on what was going on, and she really wouldn't get involved in any of the drama or anything like that in the family ever. But here she is. She gets this kidney transplant, and things are going spectacular. She's actually only in the hospital a few days, and they send her home, and she's going back for testing and everything. And she's about 10 days out of her kidney transplant, and unfortunately, she wakes up in the middle of the night in pain and passes away there at home. Totally unexpected to any of us. Here we had all these great labs and everything, and then to lose her and to go through that tragic loss that you're not expecting, it was devastating for all of us, especially for my uncle and his kids. You have this great expectation, and things are going so well, and you get through these mountains and valleys, and you get to this peak where everything is spectacular, and then in an instant your whole life changes, and here you're going through a loss, and what a difficult thing. I can't even imagine how they feel. I mean, I know a little bit just because, of course, last year we lost my mom, but my mom had some health issues and things like that. We didn't really, we kind of knew things were not going well, in some aspects. But for this, when you go from 10 days out from the greatest day of your life to you think you're getting your freedom back and everything like that, to then end up passing away, it's a difficult thing to get through. And my encouragement today, and to please pray for my family, pray for my uncle and his kids that are going through that tough time. And how do you get through that, right? How do you overcome these tough times like that, where you're go from this huge peak to this bottom of the barrel valley where you don't know where to turn. We've all been there. We've all gone through circumstances, maybe something similar to this, loss of a loved one, or a divorce, or a loss of a job, or your kid is ill, or something like that is just not going well, and you just don't know where to turn. My encouragement in that is, we have to turn to our faith, right? That's where I've always turned to. That's something that I've always looked to is, where's God in this situation? In Psalms, it talks about, I believe it's 38, talks about, God is close to the brokenhearted. He sees the pain, and he's there. All we have to do is ask him to be there for us. And that's one of those things that, that really helps us get through, is when we look to God, not so much for a direct answer, because we may not ever get it. We may not know why this happened until probably we get to heaven. But there's those, drawing to God and what he can do and where's his plan in this, but he may not give you like that answer, but he may give you the comfort and the peace that you need to get through it. In life, we're going to go through these valleys all the time. We're going to go through these struggles. God talks about we walk through the valleys. We don't run through the valley. These valleys can take a long time to get through. I think it's important to realize that we look for quick answers in our society all the time. We think that, if we just make a phone call, or if we just talk to the one person one time, that everything's going to be okay. And a lot of times it's not. It takes a lot more than that. It might take, months or years to be able to go through a tough situation. But my encouragement always is that we need to turn to God, trust him that his plan for us is greater than our plan. We might not know what those answers are, but the more that we lean on him, the more that he's going to be there for us and draw us closer to him. He's the most reliable person that we have in our lives. People on earth, even our family sometimes can let us down. Our bosses, our coworkers, our friends, they're all going to let us down, but we know that God never will. And so that's my message for today, is encourage you to pray for those people that are going through those losses, those tough times. My prayer for you, obviously, is that I want to pray that you're seeking God in every situation, that he is an encouragement to you in your life, that he's been an encouragement to me. That's how I'm able to get through all those tough days myself, and how I'm able to smile and say, hey, you know, be thankful for the sun coming out today, and I get out of bed and I'm able to go to work and things like that. So if you're going through that tough time, remind yourself that, hey, God is there for you. He's close to those brokenhearted. He sees you. He's there with you. All we have to do is ask him to help us get through it, and he will. So I hope that encourages a little bit. Always rely on God. Don't rely on others. Don't rely on yourself. Turn everything over to him. Let him take care of it. Hopefully that's an encouragement for you today. So let's head back to the kitchen and enjoy some delicious food.
Does tax preparation overwhelm you? Do you want assurance that your taxes are done right? Do you want to ensure that you're getting your maximum refund? Let me tell you about the New Life Worship Center Tax Ministry. This ministry began over 14 years ago, and in their first year, they helped 2 people with their taxes. The second year, they increased to around 100. Since then, they've grown to a 25-member team of volunteers from around the world. The creator of this ministry, Scott Seifer, began tax preparation in the Air Force, and H&R Block equipped him to oversee his thriving ministry. Over the years, they have helped 7,100 people receive a total of more than $10 million in tax refunds, and all that is asked is a $30 minimum donation. We encourage you to take advantage of this ministry opportunity. Contact them at 814-215-1933 for more details.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Disabled? Lead an active life with a wheelchair from Dick's Home Care. Your wheelchair will be properly fitted to you for your comfort. Choose from Dick's full line of mobility products, including manual wheelchairs, custom manual, power wheelchairs, and scooters for both adults and children. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Hey y'all, welcome into the dining room here. I'm sitting here with Troy and Chal, our crew. We have our breakfast casserole we just took out of the oven. We have it plated up. Guys, dive into that ham and sausage and cheese and peppers and tots. Let me know what y'all think. Wow.
That's good. Such a variety
Yeah.
of flavors.
I do taste those crispy tots on the bottom.
Yeah. It kind of is like a good base flavor for the rest of it.
Very good. Once again, good job, buddy.
All right. Well, this will be something you can make on a Sunday morning before you get your day going. Hopefully you're able to try this at home as well, if I don't choke on it. But we sure did enjoy it here today. Hope you enjoyed it at home as well. And thanks so much for joining us today on Dano on the Counter. We'll see you next week.
Your value is not determined by where you are in life right now. Your label cannot keep you from Jesus. It should drive you to Jesus. God never intended you to live on a bridge. There are times and seasons in your life that are a bridge from A to C, and we make a home on a bridge and we wonder why it went bad.
I want to encourage you to join us every Sunday here on ABC at 5 a.m. and 12 p.m. You can also catch the archive of our messages by visiting transformationchurch.org. Transformation Church. It's who we are. It's what we do.